polynomial review. Our first question, it says simplify, and we have two polynomials, multiple choice, so I went ahead and just rewrote the problem here. Notice here you are adding polynomials. You always want to look and see what is your problem telling you to do. These parentheses are not side by side, so you're adding. You check around the parentheses, make sure there is no exponent, and there is nothing in front. If there was, you would distribute. Since there's not anything in front, you can take the parentheses off. They don't matter in this case. So we have x to the third minus 5x plus 6. Do the same with the second parentheses. There's no exponent. There's nothing in front. It's like a positive 1 out there. It will not change anything. So we can take the parentheses off. They did not matter. And now we will just combine like terms. So we're going to pick the like terms. There is nothing like the x to the third, so we'll just bring it down. X squared. There is only one x squared term. X terms. We have minus 5x, and minus x gives us minus 6x. And plus 6 and minus 6 are going to cancel each other out. So now we'll look at the answers, and our choice is A. For our next problem, we are subtracting polynomials. So I went ahead and just brought it down here. The minus in between is what tells you you're subtracting polynomials. So for the first parentheses, you check around. There is no exponent. There's nothing out in front. So you can drop the parentheses off. So we have 3x to the third plus 4x minus 7. For the second parentheses, there's no exponent, but you need to distribute this minus. It affects every term in the second set of parentheses. Take the time to do this. It will save you an error. So minus a negative makes plus x squared, and then it will be a minus x, and minus a negative will make plus 13. Parentheses comes off, and now you will put your like terms together. So we'll go in descending order. The x cubed term first. Then we'll look for x squared terms. There is only one. X terms, we have plus 4x minus 1x will be plus 3x. And our constants, minus 7 plus 13, different signs. Subtract sign of the larger. So will be a positive 6. And now we'll look back. So 3x to the third, all of them have that. Plus x squared, that eliminates the first choice. Plus 3x, and that narrows it down. You have to really watch the signs on this. Problem 3 says simplify. Notice here we are multiplying two monomials. Multiplication because it's parentheses side by side, and there are no signs in between, which makes them monomials. I have the problem right below. You would always check outside the parentheses to see if there was an exponent. There's not, and there's not on the second one. So since this is all multiplication, we can rearrange if we like and pull the things that look alike together. So we have x and x squared. We have y squared and y cubed. And we have z and z squared. And for the x's, remember with like bases side by side, keep the base, add the exponents. Don't forget the 1. For the y's, like bases side by side, keep the base, add the exponents to give you 5. And your z's, keep the base, add the exponents, don't forget the 1. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So x cubed, y to the 5th, and z cubed would be B. Problem 4, simplify. Again, we are multiplying two monomials. Multiplication because it's parentheses side by side. A monomial because there's no signs in between, and no signs in between on this one. So we can rearrange if we like. We'll just move below. For our numbers, we can take them out. And before you go there, remember to check outside. Make sure there's no exponent. There's not, so we're okay. And also not on the second. So we have 3 from the first one, a -3 from the second. We have a squared and a squared. We have b squared and b to the third. So 3 times a -3 will give us a -9. The a's side by side, keep the base and add, gives us 4. The b's side by side, keep the base and add, will give us 5. So -9, a to the 4th, b to the 5th, and C will be our choice. Problem 5, we're simplifying. Notice this time you only have one set of parentheses, and it is raised to a power. Inside it is a product. It's all multiplication. So a product to a power. Your rule is take that outside exponent and apply it to each piece. So we'll go below. We're going to apply the 2 to each piece of the product. So we have 2 to the second, x squared to the second, y cubed to the second. 2 squared we work out, which means 2 times 2 is 4. For a power to a power, you keep the base and multiply the exponents. So that's 4. And on the y's, keep the base and multiply on the exponents. So we have 4, x to the 4th, y to the 6th. Our choice is going to be A. Number 6, we're going to simplify. Again, we have a product to a power. So we're going to take that outside exponent to each piece. So we'll go right here below to work it out. You want to notice that your negative is on the inside of the parentheses, so it is going to go to the power. So your 3 will apply to each one. So we have -3 to the 3rd, a to the 2nd to the 3rd, and b to the 4th to the 3rd. -3 to the 3rd you work out. Odd number of exponents, so you're going to have a negative. 3 to the 3rd will be 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. For your variable, keep the base and multiply. We'll give you a to the 6th. And the b, keep the base and multiply, b to the 12. So -27, a6, b to the 12th. You're going to have to choose D. Problem 7, simplify. And notice this is a monomial times a trinomial. It is a distribution problem. This one is beside the parentheses, so that means multiplication, and there's more than one term inside. So it is a distribution problem. We'll multiply 3x times everything inside. We'll just drop below to have enough room. So our first terms, 3 times 4 is going to be 12. And you have x squared times x squared gives you x to the 4th. The exponents add. Next we have 3x squared times a -2x. For the numbers, it's going to give you -6. You have x squared times x, which will give you x to the 3rd. Third term, you have 3 times 7 is 21, and x squared. After you finish, parentheses comes off. So we have 12x to the 4th minus 6x cubed, so that brings it down to the middle 2, plus 21x squared makes the choice B. Problem 8. Simplify, and we have a monomial times a trinomial. So this one is also going to be a distribution problem. We'll go down below to work it. So we're going to multiply -2 a squared b times each term on the inside. So for our first ones, -2 is the only number we have, so it'll be -2. We have a squared times a squared will give us a to the 4th. And this is the only b, so we'll just bring it down. Second term, we have -2 and -3. Multiplied will give us a +6. A squared times a will give us a cubed. B times b, b squared. Then we'll have negative 2a squared b times 4b squared. So negative 2 times 4 gives negative 8. There's only a squared. And you have b times b squared will give you b cubed. Parentheses comes off. Now, this one we have to look really close. So negative 2a to the 4th b. So it is going to be choices b or c. Plus 6a cubed b squared. So it looks like we're on choice C. Minus 8a squared b cubed.